Hi guys, so I want to talk about our second activity. Now this is lesson 7B. What you want to be doing is clicking on the link over here, and as discussed in the previous lesson, whenever we have this grid, we are looking at the x and y coordinates. Now it's going to be 0, 0 over here. I am trying to have it go to 0, 0, but it's not. But I hope you understand that that's where 0, 0 is. And as we go down this way, the x and y both go towards 40 and 40. I want to correct it. It actually goes towards 400 and 400. When you click on that link, it goes to the second one. Maybe click on the first one to review the main concepts. So over here, we're going to learn how to make rectangles and circles and figuring out where the coordinate will be, how big they will be, and just plotting them on that little square box over here. So over here where it says fill, that would be the color. And then the first two coordinates over here that I've highlighted, that's the location, which means it's going to be located at, if I could get the spot right, it would be located somewhere here where it's 100, 100. And then the last two tells you how big the image is going to be. So if I click run, that's where 100, 100 is. And this is how big the rectangle is going to be. Now, because it's 400 by 400, and we know that the full box over here is 400 by 400, it won't fit. So let's make this a little bit smaller, and maybe let's make it 40 by 40. What we do is we click reset, and then we would click run. So now, as you could see at 100, 100, which is right there, our square over here is 40 by 40. We could also make it look like a rectangle, so I could say 90. And now we have this rectangle over here. Now you guys want to remember, it's always x coordinate first, then the y coordinate. So over here, when it says 40, we are looking at this x coordinate over here, which has a distance of 40, and the 90 will be the y coordinate over here, which is 90. Now you could also go in and change the color. So let's say I want it to be a blue one. I could reset it. Let me change a few other things. Let's say I want this to be at this coordinate over here. I could click on run, and that would be located there. I could also make it located over here. So you guys could play around with it and do whatever. You could also add more stuff to it. So I just copied it and I'm pasting it over here. I'm gonna change the color to red. I'm gonna make this into 100, and maybe I will make this one into 100 as well, and maybe make this into a square, reset it. And as you could see, the first two lines is for the blue rectangle over here, and line 3 and line 4 is for the red square over here. So after you're done, you would just click finish. This video you guys should have already seen from the lesson. So you could, if you haven't seen it, watch the video, know how to go about it, and then we could start with our next one. So over here, in our previous one, we talked about fill, which was the color, and then over here, it's going to be the location and everything. So if you click run, that's where it is over there. What you could do is, let's change the color so you could see the difference. And we could put let's say 100 and 100. Let's make the dimensions a little bit smaller. This one. And as you could see, you have the two well, they're going to be squares. So you have the first square over here, which is located at 6, 9, and you have the other one over here, which is located at 100, 100. So once you're done kind of navigating through it, what I would suggest is trying out different things and then also trying out different blocks and everything to see how it's navigated. This particular video you should have already seen as well, but if you haven't, what I would do is go through the video again. Now it's a little bit more complicated. Over here you have the yellow, and over here there are numerous locations for the yellow, and then you have the red, and then there's numerous locations. So if you plug it in, it looks like this over here. What you could do is change up the locations. We could show the grid to figure out exactly where each of the square is. And over here, let's say I don't want the red. I could just take that out, and I could take these out over as well, reset it, run it, and it looks like this. What we want to do is make our image look like the left one over here. But what I might suggest is just play around with it and see what you could come up with. If you click on color, if you hold it, you should be able to change the color. So let's say you want a blue one, just drag it over here, and then I don't want yellow, I want blue. And then you could change the location of the blue ones over here. Let's say I want it at 300 and 150. Once you're done, once again, just click reset and run, and you'll see the blue one popping up over here. If you want to add another blue one, you don't need to say fill again. You could just place it down over here, and maybe I want it at 0, 0. Reset it, run it again, and as you could see, the other blue one's going to be located over there. Let's say I want this one, which is 100 and 200, to be a blue square. What I would do is just drag this down over here, and now that yellow square has become a blue one. So just play around with it, see how to navigate through it. Try to maybe make an image or a drawing out of the squares. Once you're done playing around with it, you could click finish, and it will take you to the next one, which is pretty much the same thing. And now what you want to do is have the green image be on top of the blue image. So if you click run, there's way too much things going on, right? So what you want to do is have the green one on top, the blue one in the bottom. So we know that the blue location should be this one, and we could take this one out, and there should only be one green one. So let's reset it. That didn't work. I want the green one to maybe be located here, which is 200 and 200. That's why it didn't work. So let's reset it, run. I do need to move the blue one down, but you guys hopefully understand the point. Just run through it, do it by yourself, and see how to navigate through it. And hopefully you guys understand. So once you have created that image, I would honestly just have you guys practice more, create your own stuff, get creative, and once you're done playing around with it, just click finish. And for our next activity, it's just different colors, and what you want to achieve is the teal circle on top up here and the orange circle over there. It starts off like this, so obviously you want to get rid of the yellow one, and you also want to get rid of this orange circle over here. And that looks fairly similar to the image over here. Play around with it. Once you're done, click finish. And that would be the